having a lot of fun, you know, as a young man is going to lead to eventual, you know, sadness later on, bro. Because guys, whether you want to accept it or not, man, this is why like so many like people that like, you know, grew up in like super rich families or grew up with money or whatever it may be, they end up becoming like as they get older because they've never accomplished anything. And when you never accomplish anything, you don't get that level of confidence to kind of navigate the world and move a certain way and be proud of yourself. Your self-esteem is basically like, it's almost like your success meter, if it makes sense. So like, if you have low self-esteem, a lot of the times it's because you haven't done shit. But if you have very high self-esteem, and even to the point where people might say, oh my God, you're cocky. I'd rather you be cocky, guys, and think you're the shit than have low self-esteem and be like, fuck. You know, obviously being humble is a nice middle ground, but having high self-esteem a lot of the times comes from your ability to do what? Create. I always say it, man. Competence leads to accomplishments, which then inevitably leads to confidence, okay? And when you've accomplished certain things, that's why I tell y'all, get in the gym. When you're able to physically transform your body, physically, and you can see the changes with your own two eyes in the mirror and know that your mindset manifested this physique, there's very little else that you can't conquer in the world. That's why I say getting in the gym, getting in shape is step number one. And then from there, you could take those rudimentary basics you learn from training in the gym, eating correctly, going to the gym consistently, being disciplined, sleeping 8 to 10 hours a day, taking your vitamins, drinking water, etc. You could take that discipline that got you that good physique and apply it to other endeavors in life, and everything else, guys, I fucking promise, is easier from that point on. If you could control what goes in your mouth, going to the gym and drinking water and staying healthy and abstaining from stupid drugs and other bad habits, you're going to be able to control everything else in your life as well. You know what I'm saying? Because success is universal, okay? If you look at guys that are millionaires, guys that are successful, etc., most of them have very similar habits all around the board. They might conduct it a little bit differently, but they all have very similar habits and mindsets. So you need to accept the fact that to become successful, you have to have a certain mindset, and that comes a lot of times by sharing a mindset with other people that are like-minded like you, man. Your environment is so critical, guys. And the thing is this, guys, this is, we all know that guy that's saying, oh, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that or whatever, and they procrastinate, whatever the fuck. The biggest thing that you could do, right? Take this tip right here. If you want to get something done and you have an idea or whatever, set a fucking deadline, bro. I always say a goal without a deadline is a dream. But the point is this: you need to set a deadline. A goal without a deadline is a fucking dream, guys. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Resist the slave mind and put this in your fucking brain. A goal without a deadline is a dream. So set a goddamn deadline so that you go ahead and make it happen on that deadline. I'm telling you guys, setting a deadline in itself will shift your mindset and make you realize, damn, I gotta make this happen. And if you really want to put the fire on your ass, go ahead and make an announcement on social media so that if you don't do it, niggas gonna ridicule you. Get a friend to hold you accountable. Get a friend or a family member that's gonna text you, hey, did you do this today? Or whatever. And it's gonna be tough in the beginning because now you're not used to being held accountable for your what you want to do, but you just got to build up into it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like I said, that external motivation can serve as a fantastic set of training wheels to teach you how to develop that internal motivation. There are so many people that just talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. The thing is this, man, human beings respect action. And I'll tell you guys this, you want to know what's even more powerful than talking? Walking and then doing the talking with your walking. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell y'all all the time with the gym, right? Shout out to Greg Play. He used to, rest in peace to him. And one thing that he always used to say that I thought was really fucking profound was, do the work in the gym. Do the work here so that when you go outside, you don't need to fucking talk. You know what I'm saying? People can already come to that foregone conclusion on their own. And what I mean by that is you perform and let people come to the conclusion on their own about you. Okay? And I'm telling you, man, people are very sharp when it comes to making first impressions. And when you meet someone, you look them in the eye and you shake their hand and you give them that firm handshake and they look you up and down and they say, okay, this guy's well dressed, he speaks well, good tonality, etc. They're gonna know you got your shit together. They're gonna know you're squared away. There's not really much needed there for them to figure out. But if you come in and you're a bumbling idiot, I don't know, you give a fucking lukewarm handshake with your wrists all twisted, you're not in shape, you're a clown, you don't know how to convey yourself a certain way, you don't speak with authority, you speak in the passive versus speaking in the active, people aren't going to take you serious. You need to take yourself seriously before anyone else can take you seriously. I'm gonna say that one more time for you guys. You must take yourself serious before other people take you serious, okay? Because if you take yourself serious, what's gonna happen is you will not allow other people to not take you seriously, okay? But you gotta take yourself seriously first. That's the number one thing. And a lot of guys fuck up and think, oh, well, I should just get respect and honor just for existing. No. That's cloud world thinking that we have in the West in general. But I need you guys to get out of that stupid ass female mindset. I think you deserve respect simply for existing. That's not how the world fucking works, bro. You get respect by earning it, by people coming up, meeting you, and coming to the conclusion on their fucking own that you're a somebody. Just like I told y'all, when you write a report, you're an investigator, or you're a fucking dude, you're on a date with a chick, you don't sit there and tell them who the fuck you are. You show them who the fuck you are through your actions. You're on a date with a chick, you got a Ferrari, you're dumbass, I got a Ferrari, I'm really cool, check me out. Look, it's really, yeah, it makes a great sound when I screech off, yeah. You know what that bitch gonna think? She gonna be like, what the fuck, like, bro, are you serious? Like, you're fucking stupid. But if she finds out naturally, right, when you're walking to your car or whatever, and she finds out, or she sees a Ferrari key, whatever, and then you tell her, oh yeah, I'll bring you back home, or hey, I'm gonna tell valet to pull my car up, and then the car comes up naturally, you didn't say a fucking word about it, hell, you even undermined it, she's gonna be like, oh shit, because she came to that conclusion on her own, you didn't have to say shit. Your actions always speak louder than words, guys, and as a man, you need to understand that respect is earned, never given. That's a female trait to think motherfuckers are gonna respect you off rip. That's not how the world really works. We lie to each other and say, oh yeah, you should get respect just because. No, I need you guys to understand the world doesn't operate that way. You cannot take the female standard of respect and think it's fucking just given. That's not how it goes. All right? So if you're a fat piece of shit, you're a loser, you can barely dress, you smell, you stink, your teeth are fucked up, and everything else, you deserve to get fucking ridiculed and made fun of because you're a fucking failure and you look like it, goddammit. All right? So stop making excuses, stop saying and talking about what the fuck you're gonna do, and actually do it. A lot of you motherfuckers just sit here and talk. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make this happen. A lot of you motherfuckers just no, bro, that's not how it goes. You have to do, not just talk, and let people come to the foregone conclusion about you. Don't be the dumbass investigator writing, the subject is a criminal, he is a thief, blah, 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 and not substantiate your fucking claims with facts. You need to substantiate your fucking life with facts, and those facts come from your work in the gym, your work working on yourself, your work dressing well, your work going to fucking showering, your work cleaning your teeth, your work taking care of yourself, so that when you walk out there, you don't gotta fucking talk. That's the problem. A lot of you guys do too much talking and not enough walking, all right? Yo.